From everybody in Pupil Personnel Services, I want to take a minute to thank Mrs. Wanda DiVantonio for all of her time spent in the Parsippany Troy Hill School District. Wanda is going to be retiring at the end of the school year, and we're all so happy for her. Wanda spent time at both of the high schools, the Hills and the High, before heading over to PPS. Wanda, on behalf of everybody in those three buildings, as well as the entire district, I want to say thank you for your time spent working in the district. We all wish you the best and hope you enjoy your retirement. Thanks.
Congratulations, Ro!
We hope you enjoy your retirement and take time to travel.
Spend time with your family.
And go see lots of shows. Thank you so much for your years of dedication to Parsippany, and you will be missed.
Congratulations.
Best of luck.
Best of luck. Happy retirement.
Congratulations. Hi, Elaine.
Good evening. I would like to congratulate Sal Catone on his retirement and thank him for his many years of service. I hope this message finds you well, Sal, and I hope you're enjoying your time with your family. Thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am honored to be able to recognize three people who have been very important to Littleton and to the entire Parsippany School District for many years. First, I would like to take a minute to wish a happy retirement to Carmen Bellamo, who has been a paraprofessional for many years before retiring in March. I want to thank Carmen for her flexibility, her willingness to always do whatever was needed of her, and her positive attitude. During her time at Littleton, Carmen worked as an ABA paraprofessional, a one-to-one aide, and a shared paraprofessional. Even this year, she worked in multiple roles wherever she was needed and was always willing to help out and step in as necessary. Congratulations on your retirement, Carmen, and I know how much you were looking forward to spend your time with your grandchildren, so enjoy every moment. The second person I want to honor and thank today is Terry Verdon. Terry has worked in Parsippany and at Littleton for the past 25 years as a paraprofessional. She is another hardworking individual we can always count on and has served in a variety of roles during her 25 years. Terry has a captivating personality, and she has one of those laughs that you can't help but join in when you hear it. Littleton has been so lucky to have Terry for the past 25 years, and I just want to make sure that she knows I would love to keep her for another 25 more. Congratulations on this milestone, Terry, and we're so lucky to have you. And last but certainly not least, it is my honor and privilege to announce Littleton's 2022-2023 Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Melanie Ellis. Melanie has taught in our resource room and as a co-teacher for 18 years in Parsippany, with 17 of those years being at Littleton. She is one of the hardest working and reliable teachers in the district and is a staple in our school community. Melanie has done so much for Littleton throughout the years, and this year has been more of the same. She mostly works with our kindergarten and first grade students in the classroom, but that doesn't even come close to telling her full story. Melanie works as our student council co-advisor, our announcement club co-advisor, and this year she started our mystery staff member announcements, which challenge the students to figure out who we're guessing each week. The students and staff at Littleton can always count on Melanie to bring some energy to the building, and she is constantly looking for ways to ensure all of our students have a wonderful experience. To quote one of our staff members, Melanie has brought so much love and life back to Littleton this year, putting her students first and working tirelessly to bring the community together. I am so proud to be able to congratulate Melanie Ellis as Littleton's Teacher of the Year. Thank you all.
Good evening. My name is Marlene Toomey, and I am the principal of Mount Tabor School. We are very proud to announce that our 2022-2023 Teacher of the Year is Stephanie Staples. Mrs. Staples has been a dedicated teacher in the district since 2006. She has taught kindergarten and fifth grade throughout her tenure in the district. She is currently a fifth grade teacher at our school and is responsible for teaching mathematics to all three sections of her fifth graders. She works closely with her grade level team to plan lessons, especially when working with her co-teacher in years past. Stephanie understands that there may be multiple ways to solve problems and uses those alternate strategies to help students grasp difficult concepts. Her lesson plans engage students and help them feel confident in their mathematical abilities. She serves as a facilitator of learning, providing students with the knowledge and tools to solve problems, and then encouraging students to solve the problems on their own. When students answer a problem incorrectly, she does not allow them to quit. She encourages students to figure out where they went wrong and to keep working at the problem until they get the correct answer, providing support and guidance when needed. Stephanie is described by her colleagues as being organized, knowledgeable in her content area, flexible, and cognizant of the needs of her students. She is a leader among her grade level colleagues, especially when planning field trips and the moving up ceremony. She is your go-to person. On behalf of our staff, congratulations to Stephanie for being selected as Mount Tabor's Teacher of the Year.
Congratulations to Mrs. Anne-Marie Carrasca for her many years of service in district. Mrs. Carrasca is a dedicated teacher who serves as a special education teacher at Northvale Elementary School. She has worked with various grade levels through the years, but especially with our primary young learners. This exceptionally wise owl is well known for her warmth and commitment to the students of Parsippany. Mrs. Carrasca makes learning fun and challenging, supporting and cheering her students on in their learning. She has a variety of instructional manipulatives to assist students with their reading, from letter trays and cubes, sand, and more, but it is certainly her energy and love for the children that makes her learning environment supportive for all learners. Additionally, a Spirit Day would not be complete without the fun-loving attire she wears to be proud to be called a Northvale Wise Owl. Congratulations to Mrs. Carrasca on her well-deserved retirement. She will be missed, but certainly not forgotten. May we find you enjoying some dancing and traveling time with your husband and family as your next journey awaits. Best wishes from your Wise Owl family. Congratulations and best wishes to Mrs. Nancy Mulcahy on her retirement. We appreciate her many years of service as a special education teacher at Northvale. Mrs. Mulcahy has most recently worked with grades 3 and grades 5 in a myriad of ways, supporting student learning and celebrating student growth. Both students and staff appreciate her small group instruction. Overall, Mrs. Mulcahy has a warm and supportive demeanor with her students, building confidence among her young learners. She is proud to support and cheer for their student growth and successes along the way. Mrs. Mulcahy, you will be missed, and we wish you a well-deserved retirement with many adventures and trips ahead with your husband and family. Best wishes on your next chapter, your Wise Owl family. I am happy to announce this year's Northvale Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Annie Correa. One of her colleagues described Mrs. Correa as follows. Mrs. Correa has an excellent work ethic and great disposition. Her patience and sense of humor is evident when she is working with students and colleagues. She has shown what a versatile teacher she is through various positions in the district. Additionally, she is very innovative and is always finding ways to keep her students engaged. Overall, her professionalism is something she shows with everyone she comes in contact with. She is always finding the positive side of any situation. And personally, I see her working with students of all ages, and she always finds a way to connect with students and bring out the best in them. Several other colleagues have shared the following about Mrs. Correa. She is the definition of creativity, and she keeps materials exciting and engaging for her students. Another colleague added, she is nurturing and patient toward her learners and strives to meet their academic, social, and emotional needs. For example, a colleague explained, she always has great ideas for project-based learning that she shares with her colleagues. She creates projects and lessons that reach a variety of learners to ensure that all students can be successful. Another colleague expressed, walking into her classroom, it is clear that her environment is welcoming and comfortable, allowing each student to be true to themselves. She is a teacher who takes pride in their individuality and motivates her students by considering their unique interests. Both colleagues and building principal agree this year's Teacher of the Year is a team player who collaborates well with her grade level partners to ensure student success. I also thank Mrs. Correa for her contributions to the monthly wellness calendar shared with our Northvale families. As for the students of Northvale and their thoughts, when one colleague asked a student, "Who is your teacher?" the student replied, "Mrs. Correa." The colleague replied, "You are one lucky student." The student affirmed, "I know. It is clear that students, grade level partners, and all of our Northvale staff are lucky to have her. Congratulations, Mrs. Correa, and we are sure lucky to have such a wonderful Wise Owl teacher." Thank you.
Hello, I'm Sebastian Powell, principal of Eastlake Elementary School, and I have the privilege of speaking on behalf of 5 very special people. The first person I get to recognize is Susan Schultz for 25 years of service to the school district. Susie has been a teacher in the district and currently serves as a math coach. Although I don't get to work with Susie on a daily or even weekly basis, what I can say is that when she is in the building, Eastlake is a better institution of learning. Susie's positivity and willingness to help is literally like a shot of espresso or a B12 shot every time she enters the school. Her energy is contagious, and that is truly valued. As a principal, she is exactly what you want in a math coach. She comes in and helps the teachers on their objectives, and when a teacher improves, students improve. So Susie, thank you so much for your hard work and presence, and I congratulate you on a successful 25 years. The next person I would like to congratulate is Lucia Pepe for being chosen as Eastlake School's Teacher of the Year. I'm actually going to yield my words to a parent who wrote me about Mrs. Pepe when she learned about her accolade. So there's a lot I can say, but I'm actually going to read an excerpt from this letter because I believe this is as much of a testament that a teacher can get than a parent speaking on behalf of their child on the impact a teacher has had. When our daughter started attending school, one aspect of her developmental delays was the ability to talk about her day. We were so nervous to send her off to school alone, which is a feeling that may be all too familiar for parents. Mrs. Pepe kept us at ease by keeping us informed either through a quick email or a brief entry in our daughter's daily binder. This was important to us because we wanted to help our daughter talk about her day. We could quickly see that she would be in great hands with Mrs. Pepe's attention to this. It was just one example of many that showed us that Mrs. Pepe actually heard our concerns. It's important to note that 2 years later, due to Mrs. Pepe's hard work, our daughter now happily shares aspects of her day. She will now talk about the teachers, friends, and activities that she was a part of during the day. Mrs. Pepe helped us see past our anxieties with our daughter's development. She did this by helping us see what we could do in that moment to help our daughter succeed. She would also help us up to date on how she was doing in school with her goals. If we had questions on what we could do at home, Mrs. Pepe would offer us suggestions. We worked as a team and were very appreciative to have that relationship with her. Our daughter has come so far. I'm sure there are so many others that would share the same thoughts, Lucia. So congratulations on being Teacher of the Year. Keep up the good work. We're very proud of you. I would next like to congratulate Office Aide Virginia Godleski, who is retiring this year. I can't even count the ways that Jenny will be missed. She's so valuable to Eastlake in so many areas. I can't believe that the title of part-time was put on her. You could see Jenny in the office. You could see Jenny in the lunch line helping the kids. You could see Jenny in the library, working with the noontime aides, helping the kids take out books, fixing books. She was just all over the place. She was just a wonderful person to have in the building. What we're going to miss is Jenny is just a resource of knowledge into one herself. When you hear the phrase, been there, done that, picture Jenny Godleski, because Jenny has been there and done that. If you just listen to her as just a resource of life in general, you can't help but learn something. So Jenny, congratulations on a great career. We're going to miss you. Keep living your greatest life, and good luck in your retirement. I would next like to recognize a teacher who is retiring at the absolute top of her game, Christine O'Connor. This is another person that I could speak about, over like a 5-part docuseries if you let me, but I will condense my words for this purpose. The notorious COC is an example of someone who was put on this earth to educate children. She enhanced the most valuable resource you could give a child, which is the ability to read. Christine, you could be seen in any sort of extra or co-curricular activity that had to do with helping out children, whether it be morning enrichment, expressive reading, cursive writing club, helping with children learn different genres of books that they could get into. Christine led a family reading night this year that was literally standing room only and had the energy of a high school playoff athletic event. And all that work was because of Christine. Christine is probably one of the only people who could identify the night custodian by sight because of how late she would work on behalf of her students. Her car was often the last one in the parking lot. And that's something that you don't teach. That just proves that it was just a part of her. That comes from the heart. And that's going to be missed because I know that can't be replaced. Thank you so much, Christine, for the hard work that you put in. You are absolutely going to be missed, but you have absolutely earned this retirement. You deserve whatever you get after this, and congratulations on a job and a career well done. My last honoree is for both 25 years of service and an upcoming retiree. These next few words are for Head Administrative Assistant Marianne Felger. Anyone who knows Marianne knows exactly why I just chuckled, actually. Marianne is the oil that keeps the assembly line of education running smoothly through Eastlake. She is invaluable at doing whatever is needed to rectify any situation that may be impeding the progress of the school. Marianne is an absolute fixer because she just fixes things. I'm going to miss Marianne's encyclopedic knowledge and savant-like knowledge of how a school runs and how a school year goes. She was absolutely invaluable to me over my 5 years here. I'm going to miss being able to run things by her, to inquire if a letter or a message or an email was worded correctly so that nothing was misinterpreted. I can always count on Marianne to be honest with me. I can always count on Marianne to be blunt with me with any feedback. Like really, really blunt and honest. Like pull no punches blunt, honest. Like, thank you. Wow, that was really blunt, Marianne. Thank you. What we all know about Marianne is that she did things to make things run better. There's no bigger fan of Eastlake School than Marianne Felger. Nobody could doubt her love for the school and the community and the students and the teachers in it, and that is truly going to be missed. Her love ran from tough to endearing and was always needed. Thank you for making Eastlake School better, Marianne. Thank you for making me better. I'm going to miss you. And thank you for everything you did, and enjoy your well-deserved retirement. And once again, congratulations to all of the honorees.
Good evening and welcome. I would like to begin by thanking Dr. Sargent and the entire Board of Education, along with our central office personnel, for giving me the opportunity to talk on behalf of 4 special individuals this evening. Tonight marks one of my favorite nights of the year because it gives us the opportunity to recognize greatness. First, I would like to begin by thanking and recognizing one of our 25-year recipients. Heather Harrigan, who has spent her entire career at Intervale School, began as a classroom teacher before taking over as the basic skills math teacher. Heather has done a remarkable job servicing our at-risk math students for more than a decade. She also goes above and beyond the classroom. She's received a number of grants throughout her years, and she is solely responsible for securing Reflex, a math program that she researched, piloted, and introduced to our district. It's now something that's used regularly to support our curriculum. I also want to highlight some of the things that Heather has done beyond the classroom. Heather volunteers for a number of committees. Most namely, she runs our noontime math club. But beyond that, she is flexible and someone who can be counted on to pitch in when needed. Thank you, Heather, and congratulations on 25 years in the Parsippany Troy Hills School District. The second 25-year recipient I would like to highlight is Lorna Crooker. Lorna is the Intervale school nurse. She first began her career at Parsippany High School, where she served as a student teacher while getting her certification. For the better part of 20 years, Lorna has now cared for the children at Intervale. What I find remarkable about Lorna is she cares to students for medication, injuries, mental health issues, yet her bedside manner never wavers. Lorna, simply said, is nonstop throughout the school day. With the addition of our special education population classes, she has continued to go above and beyond and service them on a regular basis. Lorna is knowledgeable and caring. And as I said earlier, few have the ability to impart knowledge in such bedside manner with their children. I thank Lorna for her years of service and her continued commitment to the Intervale school population. Next, I would like to recognize the one retiree we have here at Intervale School this year, Rose DiFilippo. Rose has blazed a path for herself that's quite unique. She began her career as a middle school resource teacher, where she also coached cheerleading. She then came to Intervale, where she served Intervale students as the reading specialist for 20 plus years. Rose is best known for her reading programs and the different activities she's brought to the school and to our students. She was the first to have our students read to the dogs. She involved local sports teams such as the Devils, the Jets, the Jackals, to motivate and encourage our kids to read. Because of her and her participation with so many of our neighboring programs and athletic teams, she's helped foster a love of reading for so many children. Rose can also be found on just about every committee at Intervale School. She serves on almost all of them. She's heavily involved in our Climate and Culture Committee, as well as our Sunshine Committee, two programs that help promote wellness at the school. The last 2 years, Rose willingly accepted and enjoyed her role as a kindergarten teacher. She continued to learn, continued to work with children in that capacity, and has enjoyed an excellent closure to a very, very well-respected career. Rose, thank you for all of the great work you've done on behalf of our middle school students, coaching at the middle school level, as a reading specialist, and now, of course, a kindergarten teacher. You will be missed, and we wish you nothing but happiness and health in your future endeavors. Finally, I would like to recognize Intervale School's Teacher of the Year. This year, Intervale School's Teacher of the Year is Kelly Flynn. Kelly is an incredible physical education teacher. I'm proud to say that she started here full-time just this year. And in the short time she's been a full-time PE teacher, she has ingratiated herself not only in the gym, in the classrooms, but beyond. She constantly challenges herself to come up with new and better ideas to individualize physical education and get the most out of her kids, not only physically, but socially and emotionally as well. Kelly has embraced our ERI, MD, and autism classrooms. She has really taken a lead among specialists to make sure that these children have every opportunity they deserve. She also has been a significant partner in the school culture and climate. She has brought many fun days to the Intervale staff when they're needed. She served on and participated in our SEL Day as well as our Autism Awareness Day. She annually treats children to a Jump Rope for Heart program, raising money for needy individuals. Lastly, Kelly does a remarkable job with her field day. She works all year long to make sure that the kids are treated to an event that is challenging and rewarding, yet fun and respectful of everyone's differences. Kelly, I'd like to thank you for always being flexible, for pitching in above and beyond your classroom responsibilities, and for being this year's Teacher of the Year. Congratulations, Kelly. It's a very well-deserved honor.
Congratulations, Mrs. Ashley Ariazza, Lake Parsippany Schools Teacher of the Year. There are so many important attributes when it comes to selecting a Teacher of the Year, including leadership, communication, compassion, creativity, patience, and problem solving. This year's winner shows all of these qualities on a daily basis. Mrs. Ariazza always has a positive attitude, wears a smile, is helpful to all staff, and flexible if changes need to be made in her day. She is an advocate for her students and has a true passion for teaching. She is an amazing liaison for staff and the PTA, helping to organize events throughout the school year. This educator demonstrates grace and poise, coupled with a commitment to excellence. Her students are fortunate to have her, as are we, the Lake Parsippany community. Congratulations, this year's Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Ashley Ariazza. We also want to recognize the 25-year recipients, Mrs. Fornini and Mrs. Bowl. Lynn Fornini and Donna Bowl advocate for students, school, and the community. They are part of the fabric of Lake Par. They are dedicated professionals and a pleasure to work with each day. We thank them for their efforts and commitment to excellence. Here's to another 25 years. Congratulations, all Lake Parsippany School recipients.
On behalf of the entire Lake Hiawatha school community, we would like to congratulate Mrs. Karen Massey on being named our 2022-2023 Teacher of the Year. And now, I'd like to invite some very special guests to help us celebrate.
Good evening, Parsippany Troy Hills School District, our Parsippany Troy Hills School community, our Board of Education members, Dr. Sargent, and all central office administrators, as well as all of our students and staff. Tonight is one of the best nights of the entire school year. It is an opportunity for all of our wonderful teaching staff to be recognized for either celebrating 25 years in the Parsippany Troy Hill School District, celebrating an upcoming retirement, or celebrating their Teacher of the Year achievements. Teacher of the Year for Rockaway Meadow School is one of our first grade teachers. She is creative, she is dynamic, and has an unbelievable amount of energy for her students on a daily basis. She has done a wonderful job in terms of being a co-teacher for the very first time in her career. And to quote the person who nominated her, or shall I say one of the people who nominated her, teachers who love teaching teach children how to love learning. And that pretty much summarizes what our Teacher of the Year, Lisa Freitag, does for our students on a daily basis. Congratulations, Lisa, and I look forward to working with you for many more years. Our children are very fortunate to have you as one of their teachers here at Rockaway Meadow School. For our two retiring teachers at Rockaway Meadow, Mrs. Carolyn Mead, thank you for everything you have done. You have taught me a great deal about the autism program here at Rockaway Meadow School. You are a passionate advocate for your students and for all of the students here at Rockaway Meadow School. And you also have an unbelievable amount of energy on a daily basis. I wish you the very best in the next chapter of your life. Angelina Reggiani, it has been a true pleasure working with you here at Rockaway Meadow School. Thank you for always being professional, having just a warm and compassionate approach with your students on a daily basis, and for displaying an incredible amount of patience throughout your time here at Rockaway Meadow School. As you stated, this is where you did your student teaching, and now you are closing your career and your final educational chapter at Rockaway Meadow School. So congratulations and best wishes for an awesome next chapter to your life.
Good evening. I'd like to thank Dr. Sargent, our Board of Education members, and overall Central Office Administration for their continued support and the opportunity to recognize Knollwood's Teacher of the Year tonight. Tonight is always a wonderful evening as we get to celebrate the amazing achievement of our staff members for the excellence that they bring to our school district. I am proud to speak on behalf of Knollwood's recipient for this year, Mrs. Colleen Smith. Mrs. Smith conducts her kindergarten classroom in admirable fashion as she creates opportunities for and utilizes teachable moments to help her students learn. She always focuses on her students' emotional needs first to ensure they feel safe and ready to learn on a daily basis. Throughout her teaching, one can recognize her keen knowledge and understanding of her students' needs and her dedication to make sure that they are met on a daily basis. She truly knows her students and what works best for them and their learning. She takes the time to cater her lessons to individual needs and finds time for fun and engaging learning opportunities simultaneously. Mrs. Smith is a team player who collaborates constantly with her colleagues. She was always willing to offer advice and different strategies to help out others. I always admire her willingness to keep an open mind and try new methods to benefit her students. It is my pleasure and honor to recognize and congratulate Mrs. Colleen Smith as Knollwood's Teacher of the Year.
Good evening. My name is Jeff Martens, and I'm principal of Troy Hills Elementary School. There are 4 colleagues being recognized tonight from Troy Hills School. The first 2 colleagues, celebrating 25 years in the district, are Michelle Joyce and Jolene Longa. Michelle taught 4th and 5th grade at Lake Parsippany School until last year when she applied for an interventionist position at the elementary schools. Troy Hills and Lake Hiawatha were lucky enough to have Michelle join their staff this past school year. Jolene Longa began her teaching career at Littleton School, where she taught for 23 years before asking to become a special education teacher. Since 2020, Jolene has been a resource teacher at Troy Hills School, teaching reading, writing, and mathematics in the primary and intermediate grades. Jolene has made a wonderful contribution to the education of the students she teaches. Congratulations, Michelle and Jolene, on 25 years in the district. The next person being recognized is Tina Von Dolen. Tina began teaching at Lake Parsippany School in 1995. After teaching there for 2 years, she came to Troy Hills School, where she spent the last 26 years teaching 5th, 4th, 3rd, and 1st grades. After teaching 1st grade for the past 4 years, Tina decided it was time to move into the next phase of her life, where she will have more time to spend with family, friends, her dog Shay, as well as soak up the sun and smells of the ocean. Tina, on behalf of all of us at Troy Hills, we wish you a retirement of happiness and good health. Thank you for the almost 30 years you spent loving and teaching the many children that passed through your classroom. And the last staff member to be recognized is 2nd grade teacher Jean Weiss. Jean began her teaching career in Parsippany, also at Lake Parsippany School, for 1 year, and then since 2006 has been at Troy Hills School. During her time at Troy Hills, she has taught 4th, 5th, and 2nd grade. Colleagues provided many reasons for Jean to be deserving of the Teacher of the Year award. Here are just a few of them. Jean is a hardworking, caring, and patient teacher. Jean collaborates with her colleagues. She is always eager to share her thoughts and ideas. Jean comes to school each day with a smile on her face and a pleasant attitude. It is only Jean's 2nd year teaching 2nd grade, and she has taken a leadership role in this grade level. Jean has gone above and beyond this year. She accepts change willingly and is eager to do her best. Jean, the Teacher of the Year award has an extra special meaning. You were chosen by colleagues to receive this honor. So, Jean, congratulations on being selected Troy Hills Teacher of the Year.
Good evening, Board of Education members, Dr. Sargent, and members of the Senior Cabinet. Tonight, it's my pleasure to congratulate Central Middle School's Teacher of the Year, our 25-year employees, and our retirees. To begin, Central is pleased to announce that Mrs. Sarah Hare was nominated for Teacher of the Year. Besides earning this honor, Mrs. Hare is also retiring this year. Sarah is a dedicated reading specialist with over 25 years of experience who always puts the needs of her students first. Sarah can be found in one of 3 places: working with a teacher, working with a student, or picking up a student so she can help him or her during lunch. A rotating and hectic schedule does not allow for Sarah to be in the same classroom every day, but her impact is so great that she is often missed when she is not in class, leaving many students to ask, "Is Mrs. Hare coming today? I need help with an assignment." Not only is Sarah amazing in the classroom, she works tirelessly outside of the classroom as well. Sarah will often attend a workshop or do research on her own and enthusiastically bring her learning to others. It's hard to imagine that soon Sarah will be closing the door to her career at CMS. Her genuine care for students and education itself, coupled with a tremendous energy for learning, is that of a teacher early on in her career. Her years of service never slowed her down. It is entirely fitting and appropriate that Sarah receives recognition for her amazing work ethic and expertise simultaneously. Mrs. Hare will be missed, and the CMS community wishes her all the best. We move on to recognize CMS's 25-year employees. First is Mr. Craig Penna. Craig's career in Parsippany started over 25 years ago when he was known to staff as Super Sub for his ability to cover everything and everyone. Soon thereafter, Craig became a full-time social studies teacher, and his flexibility continued to show in his teaching at various grade levels on both sides of town. He brings passion for American history to his students and is a steward for his content area. According to colleagues, Craig spends substantial time planning his lessons and is probably the most organized social studies teacher in the department. Besides his love of teaching, Craig also enjoys the game of football. He was a coach at PHS and organized a flag football program that was popular during his time at Brooklawn Middle School. Craig came to CMS with his collection of patriotic bobbleheads and all of his black and gold. Those colors not only represent his time as a Brooklyn Black Knight, but also his favorite football team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Congratulations on 25 years in the district, Craig. We hope you have many more at CMS. Next is Mr. Joe Flanagan, who has reached the 25-year employee mark the same year he is retiring. I had the good fortune to meet Mr. Flanagan in my early years as a teacher at Central Middle School. As a basketball coach at Parsippany High School, prior to coming to Central, Joe led his team to a state championship. He was a physical education teacher, lead teacher of physical education and health, and athletic coordinator prior to beginning his administrative career as assistant principal at Central Middle School, where he has been a fixture ever since. Mr. Flanagan has established countless positive relationships with students, parents, and staff members throughout his career. His compassionate, friendly disposition, coupled with his sense of humor, have made him popular with all community stakeholders. Joe's looking forward to the next stage of his life, where he will continue to spend time with his family at the Jersey Shore. Soon, he won't have to drive back from Wildwood on Sunday nights anymore. Mr. Flanagan's fun-loving personality and highly visible presence will be truly missed at CMS. Central's next retiree to be celebrated is school psychologist Dale DeGraw. Dale has consistently demonstrated genuine passion and commitment to her students, their parents, and her colleagues. She is a staunch advocate for students who fearlessly speaks her mind genuinely and professionally. Outside of school, Dale always places a strong focus on her family. She enjoys spending time outdoors and is a lover of animals. Besides being an accomplished distance runner in her own right, Dale shares her talent and experience in that sport as a cross-country coach at Villa Walsh. As she continues on the marathon of life and puts this stage in the rearview mirror, we wish Dale and her family all the best. Central will miss her. Central's fourth retiree to be recognized this evening is guidance counselor Mr. Larry Hart. Mr. Hart was an elementary teacher at Rockaway Meadow prior to joining the CMS staff, where he first arrived as an English teacher. Several years later, Larry became a guidance counselor at Central, where his famous sense of humor has continued to evolve, making him a student and staff favorite. Besides the stakeholders in the CMS school community, Mr. Hart is dedicated to his family. He is also a soccer coach and musician. He is the director for the PDA Soccer Academy and a member of the popular New Jersey cover band Mushmouth. He will continue to pursue these passions during his retirement. Congratulations, Larry. CMS will not be the same without you. Central's last retiree to be celebrated this evening is Mrs. Paula Wegg. Paula began her career in Parsippany teaching in the World Language Department at the elementary level and eventually made her way into the secondary schools. She arrived at Central Middle School, which quickly became her home while she taught Spanish to all 3 grade levels. Her love of teaching was evident in her interactions with students, along with her engaging lessons. In fact, one of her most memorable activities was her impeccable design of the celebration of Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, a lesson that continues to grow within the Spanish classrooms at Central. There is no doubt that Paula Wegg was an exceptional teacher. However, she will be missed most for her infectious laughter and genuine love of people.
Good evening. Every year, we are excited to recognize one fabulous Brooklawn Middle School teacher as Teacher of the Year. Our winner this year is Mrs. Lindsay Wyman. Lindsay has been teaching at Brooklawn Middle School for 16 years and is still enthusiastic every single day. She encourages student questions and curiosity in a way that fosters student connection and encouragement. She is thoughtful and kind and truly sees each student as an individual, not only in the context of her social studies classroom, but also by promoting social and emotional learning. She gives her all at Brooklawn Middle School every single day. You'd be hard-pressed to find another individual who has more spirit, devotion, positivity, compassion, and loyalty than her. She is always willing to be a sounding board for her colleagues, as well as step up to be a member of many different committees to support our school as a whole and our school district. Ms. Wyman exemplifies what it means to be a great knight. Thank you to Lindsay for all that you do for our school community every single day. Next, we're going to go through our retirees, and we have a couple of them. First, this year, we have Mrs. Ann Butine retiring. She has also reached her 25-year district milestone. She's the person in this building that we all turn to for our medical needs, and this goes way beyond just the students. When our own kids are sick or we have personal medical problems, we know that we can lean on Ann for sound medical advice, medical referrals, and of course, a giant hug from such a small person. Now, don't let that fool you. She can't be trusted to warm up food in her toaster oven, and she puts honey in her coffee, but she always has Malamars and a joke to make us feel all better. During COVID, she never skipped a beat. She was always there for our phone calls and emails and helped us to make the best decisions to keep everyone safe in our school. I'm proud to call her my colleague, but more importantly, my friend. Anne, I hope you intend to go shopping for some new clothes because you have a closet full of scrubs and it's time to hang them up. Congratulations to Ann Butine for 25 years and for retiring. We will miss you dearly and hope that you enjoy the years ahead with your husband and your family. Don't miss us too much, but we will invite you back for Denville Dairy when we celebrate birthdays. Our next retiree has also been at Brooklawn Middle School for many, many years. Marianne Supa has a love for ELA and also has the patience of a saint. She spends countless time sitting next to students, encouraging them and assisting them with reading and writing. She has this great ability to motivate and coach students, and she does not let them quit. Marianne has a huge heart and can always be found spreading sunshine throughout the building. Her laugh and smile are simply contagious. Maybe that's why she did the yearbook club for so many years. She likes to see everyone smiling big and put that on display. Marianne has an affinity for the color red, and she looks great in it too. I hope you enjoyed these upcoming fun years traveling and spending time doing the things that you love, like getting your nails done and eating sushi. Enjoy the amazing years ahead with your family. Our next retiree is one of our paraprofessionals, Hermine Santani. Hermine has worked in many schools in the district, but finally landed here at Brooklawn Middle School before retiring. No matter what task you asked Hermine to do, she was always right on top of it. She was always helpful in offering suggestions and made students her number one priority. Her constant care and attention to students did not go unnoticed. We wish you the best in the future, Hermine. We're definitely going to miss you at Brooklawn Middle School. Another retiree is Debbie Thor, also a paraprofessional in our school. She retired this year and will greatly miss her. Debbie has been at Brooklawn Middle School for many, many years, and similar to Hermine, she was always here when we needed her. She was here when I was a teacher, and I greatly remember her love for our school community. She's always there to help our students and has a giant, giant heart. We wish you the best in the future as well, Debbie. Last but certainly not least is Mr. Brad Wilbur. Brad Wilbur retired in October and sadly passed away last month. I'd like to read to you the excerpt that we read to students and also posted on our Instagram and shared with his family. Brad Wilbur, the will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your fullest potential. These are the keys that unlock the door to your personal excellence. Mr. Brad Wilbur had this posted on his Brooklawn Middle School PE website as the lead teacher. Sadly, Mr. Wilbur passed away at home at the age of 61 after working in the Parsippany School District since the early 1990s. Many friends, faculty, staff, and former students have been touched by Mr. Wilbur's teaching lessons, coaching lessons, and life lessons. One such example is a former student and player for Coach Wilbur. Much love and respect to a man who showed me nothing but the same during my high school years as both my football and track coach. Always walked with a limp, always talked with a hand gesture like he was a cowboy shooting in a Western with a two-fingered barrel, and I'll never forget his inspirational words of wisdom. Coach Wilbur, we now honor you with a moment of silence and with our flag at half-staff today. Thank you for who you were and what you made us into. Brad, we will greatly miss you at the Brooklawn Middle School. We extend love to your family. You will be missed dearly.
Congratulations to Mike Brennan on his retirement after his 25 years of service to the Parsippany Troy Hills School District. Mike served as a math teacher at both Brooklawn and Par Hills, but has been at Par Hills for most of his years. Mike has served as a baseball coach at the Hills for many years. Congratulations on your retirement, and thank you for all of your service to our students and Par Hills community. Congratulations to Tina Mann on being our 2022-23 Teacher of the Year. The Teacher of the Year committee discussed how invested she is in the building and the craft of teaching. She's always seen here late planning, engaging lessons, and she goes above and beyond both in and out of the classroom. In 2020, I remember Tina standing outside the building, turning bright red in the sun at the end of the year during COVID, distributing materials, gifts from the PTSA, and collecting materials along with the administration. I remember in 2021 when our students returned to the building, bringing in an inflatable statue out in front, to celebrate the fact that the students were coming back into the building. She also distributes birthday pencils to all of our students during the year, during their birthday, and she takes that upon herself to carry out that little gift to the students. She's been seen taking care of a class turtle during winter break, and she's always available for tutorial during lunch, after school, always making sure that the students are successful. She's assisting a student during a medical situation recently when it wasn't even her class, and she ran into the other class to help the other teacher and to make sure that the student was okay. For Tina, teaching is not just a job, it's her passion. We are very fortunate to have her in Viking Nation, and we want to congratulate her on being our Teacher of the Year at Par Hills. Congratulations, Tina. We would like to congratulate Rafael Delgado on his retirement. Rafael started at the Hills in 2002 as a Spanish teacher. He was a Spanish teacher for 8 years where he taught regular and honors level Spanish classes. He was both the boys and girls JV soccer coach for 5 years. He won Teacher of the Year for PHHS as a Spanish teacher. In 2007, he was awarded the Morris County Teacher Recognition Award for having made exceptional contributions as a teacher in the public schools of Morris County. In 2010, he became the Student Assistance Counselor at the Hills. In this role, he served as the Drug and Alcohol Counselor for students, as well as promoted a positive school climate and culture for the building, as well as serving on the Culture and Climate Committee for multiple years. He also served as the community liaison for Spanish-speaking populations in the district. Congratulations, Rafael. Congratulations to Jerry Russell on her retirement. Jerry has worked 20 years for the Parsippany Troy Hills School District. At the elementary level, Jerry has worked as the library office aide. She assisted with Skip. She was a one-to-one paraprofessional at Lake Parsippany, Lake Hiawatha, Intervale, and Littleton. Since 2017, Jerry has worked in our main office at the Hills. Jerry is also the Eagle mascot for Intervale for 3 years. Her family has awarded over $10,000 in scholarship money for female athletes at PHHS in honor of her daughter, Kate Russell. Congratulations to Vicki DeMuno on her retirement from Par Hills. Vicki served as the second shift custodian for multiple years at the Hills. Vicki worked hard to make sure our learning environment was ready for our students every day and was a valued member of our Par Hills community. Congratulations to Anna Maria Shemansky, served the district for over 19 years as a one-to-one para at Littleton Elementary, Brooklawn Middle School, and the Hills for the last 4 years. Anne-Marie also works with our unified sports program at PHHS. She's also worked at the district in the SKIP program, Wide World of Summer, and extended school year. Her favorite memories looking back on her career are working with all of her students and helping them achieve their goals. Moving into the next chapter, she looks forward to volunteering her time at a children's hospital. Thank you, Anna-Maria. Congratulations to Linda Puzo on her retirement. Linda's been in education for 31 years and has served as our special education department in multiple roles. She holds 3 certifications: Teacher of the Deaf, Teacher of the Handicapped, and Elementary Education. Through 1993 to 2002, she was at the Lake Drive School in Mountain Lakes to serve as the Teacher of the Deaf and the Hard of Hearing. In 2002 to 2014, she was co-teaching history and English at Par Hills. She is the first female teacher at the Hills to have run a BD class. In 2015 to 2019, Linda served as a teacher of students with multiple disabilities. From 2022 on, she has been at Par Hills as a teacher of the deaf for all of our students in the district and she's always been an amazing advocate for her students and educating us all on how to reach students more effectively. Linda, we wish you the best. You will be missed greatly, and we wish you many happy years with your daughter and your husband. Thank you.
Good evening. As the principal of Parsippany High School, I'm honored to recognize 4 retirees from PHS this year. Eileen Dugan, our LDTC, Nancy Lennon, one of our science teachers, Rita Rizzuto, one of our guidance secretaries, and Rich Colato, a member of the PHS custodial staff. Each of our retirees have been dedicated members of our staff and faculty for many years. Eileen Dugan joined the district as a learning disabilities teacher consultant in 2007 and Par High in 2011. Nominated as staff mom, Eileen quickly emerged as not only an excellent resource on all things related to special education, but also as a motherly figure to the staff and students at PHS. She has provided guidance to countless students, parents, and staff throughout her time here. Eileen is also responsible for regularly bringing therapy dogs to PHS, something that students and staff love. We will miss Eileen's life advice, Manasquan tips, pet finding skills, and psychic abilities. We know she will be busy with her 5 children, 3 of which are triplets, husband, and pets. Nancy Lennon joined the district in 2000 and has been an integral member of the PHS family for the past 23 years at Parsippany High School. Throughout her 32-year career as an educator, she has taught an incredible 8 different courses, sharing her knowledge and passion for science with countless students. Ms. Lennon has had many accomplishments with her students as she advised Academic Decathlon and the Environmental Science Club. PHS will miss the bright faces of Nancy and her husband Mike at PHS. We look forward to hearing about the adventures this next chapter will bring. Now, Nancy will have the time to spend with her 2 children and 7 grandchildren, enjoying their beach house and creating new memories. Rita Rizzuto has been working in the Parsippany Troy Hills School District for 10 years. She spent 5 years at the board office before joining the Par High community. In the school counseling office, we not only refer to her as the transcript expert, but as the plant expert as well. She knows a lot about all things green and has been the unofficial parent to all the plants in the office, saving a few plant lives for sure and multiplying others. Rita is a wonderful, helpful individual in the guidance office. When not at PHS, she enjoys crafts, refinishing furniture, and going down the shore. You can often spot her walking laps around the building at lunch. In her retirement, she looks forward to doing more of what she loves and spending time with her 5 grandchildren. Rich Colato started his career in Parsippany in 2016 at Knollwood Elementary School. He has been at PHS full-time for the past 4 years. Rich has been a valuable, hardworking custodian who works well with others and is a great team player. Rich is reliable and, above all, has a good sense of humor. We wish Rich all the best and hope he enjoys all his free time during his retirement. I'm also honored to recognize Ron Stegman on his 25th year of employment here in Parsippany Troy Hills. Ron is a constant and consistent presence in the halls of PHS, helping teachers and students and maintaining our building. We appreciate all his dedication and hard work at PHS and look forward to his continued years of success and dedication. Lastly, I'm honored and excited to acknowledge Katie Vesper as our PHS Teacher of the Year. Katie Vesper has been an English teacher at PHS for the past 14 years. Katie is an extremely valuable resource and mentor to all the teaching staff at PHS. Katie is also always ready to confer meaningfully about students, talk about lesson redesigns and redefined plans, and spice up her room decor, inspiring all the PHS to create welcoming, inviting spaces for their students. Katie is remarkably kind and gifted. Katie raises up every student, scaffolding for each one so that they can reach their highest potential. Most recently, Katie has grown both our creative writing and Target Teach programs. Katie is an exceptional role model to her students that are interested in becoming teachers. Katie has nurtured this program, supporting, encouraging, and celebrating any seniors who are considering joining the teaching profession. For many years, Katie has served as a co-advisor for the junior class, supporting the class in developing activities and supporting their leadership skills. Katie is the absolute epitome of what being a dedicated teacher means. Moreover, she is a role model for what being on the PHS team means. It is an honor to celebrate and recognize Katie Vesper as our PHS Teacher of the Year. Congratulations to our retirees, our staff who have dedicated 25 years, and to our Teacher of the Year. Good evening.